Okay, and we're live. Good afternoon. This is Jupiter Exile. Today we're continuing our SL1 run in Dark Souls 3. See if we can clock in some pretty good progress before the holidays make us super busy. Alright. So I was looking up some strats, and my next goal is going to be to take out the Nameless King. So we're going to step away from the Ashes of Ariandel for now and get to work on that. I've got 2 Titanite slabs waiting in the wings, and I'm going to need a third, but there is somewhere I can go for this. So we're heading back to Firelink, and we're going to make a quick exchange, or maybe a couple, with the Crow's Nest. So we need to head over this way, hook back through over here. And I gotta wait on this for a moment. Yeah, Patches isn't gonna move because I messed up his quest. And while I'm waiting on this stuff, I'm gonna start slurping a bunch of souls because I'm gonna need them. That's enough for now. Okay, I have still persistently forgotten to kick down this ladder. So I'm gonna come up here and drop down from the tower. Ouch. And we'll handle this ladder kick correctly. So we've got Pickle Pea and Pump-a-Rum. And remove that. So we will be leaving them the Coiled Sword Fragment. Which is a unique item in the game, but in exchange we get a Titanite slab, which is also basically a unique item in the game. There's only so many of them. There's like grand total 8 Titanite slab opportunities in the whole game, and now we've taken advantage of 4 of them. So we've already acquired half the Titanite slabs that are available. Okay. And our other big limiter is going to be Titanite chunks. We've got 10 of them now. We may need to buy more, which is going to be a bunch of souls. So let's see what we can do.
Just wasn't it?
Okay, first things first. We're going to be taking our classic reinforced club up to +10. And we need to set the reinforced club back to the raw infusion. Alright. Next up, we are going to reinforce our Dragon Slayer axe. So I'll need another 6 of these? No, I'll need another 8 Titanite chunks for that. And the last thing we want to upgrade is going to be an ordinary dagger. And this is the part of the strat that I would never think to do. Our goal for killing the Nameless King is going to be to put him in a critical state and then stab him with a fully upgraded dagger. And if we do this about twice, he's going to be ready to die.
Just wasn't.
Okay, so for the dagger to get up to +10, we'll need 10 Titanite chunks. We need about 20 more Titanite chunks. And we need to infuse the dagger. I think it's supposed to be deep rather than dark. Yeah. Need to make that a deep dagger. We also want to make this a raw Dragon Slayer axe, but I believe we've actually run out of raw gems, so I'm going to need to go get another raw gem.
Pretty, I go.
So we can do that in a sec. For now, we need 130,000 souls. short. Oh, did I miscalculate there? I'm not sure which bit I failed to read, but it's certainly a reading comprehension problem. Okay. I think I actually bought one more than I needed. Oh well, that's fine.
Just wasn't he?
So, it's going to be the Dragon Slayer Axe, plus 7, plus 10. And the regular dagger... Oh right, I needed 20. It wasn't that I needed 10, I needed 20 of those. So we're actually probably going to have to farm something. Or I'll have to crunch on some boss souls, which I don't like to do. These are my trophies. Whoops, I only used one there. Actually, I think I can just come into this inventory and use sell item. And this allows you to convert souls faster. Yeah, I don't have anything else consequential that I can really sell. I can sell the Hidden Blessing. That's not worth anything to this run. Alright, and with that, we're able to purchase another 5, so we need 4 more of those. So given the utter quantity of things that I need, I'm going to try and run down a decently powerful enemy. And we're going to swap out a ring for a bit. So I'm going to try and go back and take down the demon on the wall so that I can get some extra souls so that we can keep preparing for this run. That should be by the Old Wolf of Farron. We'll take the elevator up. So yes, for the game plan that we need to get 1 extra raw gem so that we can get a raw upgrade on the Dragon Slayer's axe. Because the Nameless King fight that we're preparing for actually has 2 phases with 2 different weakness profiles, and we're going to try and make use of both of those. Alright, hey buddy, I left you waiting for a really long time. Whoa, grabby. Okay. So we can possibly crunch that. How many souls is he actually worth? Please be a good number. I'm not sure. Doesn't seem like I got very much for him in terms of souls. And while I'm here, I think there's a way to get on the other side of this gate that I missed before. Because there's like a guy over there. I think that's just a hollow. Oh, you know what? Did I already do that? Because I feel like the way over there was you take this fall, and then this fall, and then you get up over here. Okay, so I've been over here, but I didn't grab all this stuff. Couple Titanite shards, and the Lightning Spear spell. Iconic. Come on now. Ah, missed that. Oh well. And we woke up some random hollows, so we'll have to fight them as well. That's no big deal. Actually, there are no other items waiting around here, so we can just drop down and get back to what we were doing. Okay, so that's 13,000 plus the stray demon soul, and that is actually a very optional one that I need to hold on to in order to later prove to people that I did this. Okay, let's see. For the raw gem, I'm going to put on the covetous gold ring to make enemies more likely to drop items, because I actually kind of need to farm some guys. Now, I believe it is the Shield of Want that I'm going to need to get back out of the item box. Let's see, switch to box, there we go. And the category is shields. I'm going to take out the Shield of Want, because I believe I can have that on my back. And that should give me... No, that's only number of souls earned, which we don't really care about. We would like more souls to do what we gotta do, but the farming is a little bit more important. Let's see. We're just gonna head up to the high wall. And actually, I should probably kill the dragon on the high wall. How can I conveniently do that? Yes. The curse sign moon thingamajig was not here earlier, so we've actually advanced the game state to a point where that displays. It's turning up. Hit him for being a fool. You. And one of these hollows has a decent chance of dropping the raw gem. I think it might be at the second bonfire, so I have to adjust for that. Oh, the dragon's actually gone. I think he's repositioned as a matter of, like, we're in the later game state. There's normally a dragon perched up there. Ow. Yeah, I think he relocates to Lothric Castle. Deserter trousers, a club, fire bombs, claymore. Yeah, the claymore is at least interesting, but... Where's a stone trader Cloanne when you need her? Shard, okay. That guy I know has the chance to drop it. We can go ahead and head through here. Down an elevator real quick. So long as we're here, might as well advance another quest. So down here, we've got a Dark Wraith. And this is regarding the quest to get access to the, yeah, that's the quest to get the, continually usable red eye orb, which we now have. Done and done. Okay, I think there's got to be a better way to get what I'm after. So I could look around for Grey Rat's ashes, since I know I let him down and he's dead. Not sure if there's not another set of ashes that will sell me raw gems. I got about 13,000 to buy another one of those. I'll get nothing out of this pus of man up here. Nope, wrong one. I've already killed the pus of man form for that guy, so there's no point in refighting him. Alright, let's see. Raw gems are really like the one thing you will absolutely blow through in an SL1 run in terms of like updating weapons. So every time you want to use a new weapon, gotta make sure you get one of those. Okay, I think I need to go, well, I think I'm suited well going on some rooftops here, checking around. Maybe not there. Classic people online. Okay, let's see. You are alive. We got a bridge buddy, or a ledge buddy. I don't think killing this guy over here gets me much. I guess I skipped that before, but it's just an ember. It doesn't matter. I think killing a big man in the courtyard might be worth, like, a Titanite shard. If I go up over here, I can jump on this rooftop. Getting a ring of sacrifice, it also does not matter to me. Let's see, I could try farming an Ariandel if it wasn't a singularly murderous location. So the reason he's doing damage to me that makes it feel like I'm not on SL1 is every single stat you can get adds to your defense. The Knight's Ring is actually worth like 5 level ups relative to these early game opponents. So they do actually a good bit less damage while I'm wearing it. We've actually got a Red-Eye Knight over here that I never took out. I think he's guarding a fire gem. Oh, whatever he's guarding. I guess I actually already got it. Yeah, unlike the others, this guy's still threatening. There we go. Hey, Sully, thanks for dropping by. Refined gem, that's what he drops. I was looking into the channel points thing the other day, and I can't access the feature yet. Nah, it's going to be Dark Souls for most of the day. If I jump into something else later, it might be Lobotomy Corp, or I might pick up the Rift Walker. Okay, so that's not there. Alright, I'm going to need to look up enemies that can drop this so that I can find a good farming route. I'm going to kill these last two guys. Yeah, since since I have a +10 weapon, it just carves right through their shields. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just head back to Firelink for a moment while I tab out and check on drop rates. Let me see. Yep, Crystal Lizard on the... Yep, I already got that one. Small chance to drop from most hollows in the high wall. One on a corpse to the left from the bridge and inside the castle. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've gotten that one. Okay, yeah, I'm really just going to have to run around the high wall more to get stocked up on this. To make this run a bit better, I can go ahead and use a rusted gold coin. The gold coins give a pretty big boost to item discovery. Get myself one more Titanite chunk, so we're not carrying too many liquid souls. Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on in Lobotomy, and that's pretty exciting sometimes. Okay, so the results in the drop rate is most hollows in this area actually have a small chance of dropping what I need. I only need the one. Okay. So just run another circuit of this. And then once I have this last one, all I need is the raw amount of souls in order to get the axe upgraded. Kill all of them. That's not openable. Those guys, check for drops. I think the gold coin might have worn off, because I can't see a visible effect for it, so I don't know how long it's lasting. Smack him down, no drops from him. That guy's only built to surprise you. He's got no other moves. Okay. The troll was standing in a bit of a weird spot because of the timing with which I got here. There we go. That's what we needed. Put Homeward Bones back here now that I no longer have the coiled thing. We'll go back to the Shrine Bonfire. Okay, so this will let us get the raw version of the Lightning Axe. And while we're at it, we still don't have anything else we can eat. We can eat the soul of some mandatory bosses. If the boss is mandatory, you don't need to prove that you went out of your way to kill them, so it will be very clear. I don't remember if Rotted Greatwood is actually mandatory. There's nothing actually behind Rotted Greatwood. Deacons are mandatory. That's actually a decent number of souls. I need one more Titanite chunk. Crystal Sage is mandatory, Wolnir is mandatory. The Dancer is mandatory. It's 10,000. That plus Pontiff Sullivan, I think, is going to be enough. Pontiff is another mandatory boss. Okay, that's enough for one more, and then it'll buy me some of the upgrades I need to do. Cool. So come over here.
Just what neat.
Infuse. Put a raw infusion on the Dragon Slayer axe plus 10. And then we'll go back to reinforcing to finish the upgrades on the Deep Dagger. Okay, now we're getting into boss attempts. We're going to change our ring configuration somewhat. Adding in the Hunter's Ring, the Knight's Ring, and the last ring we want to use is actually one we have not found, but I know where it is. So we're going to head over to fetch something. For this, we are heading to the jail. And we need to head down towards the kind of lower part of the jail with the rats. I think I can get to it from here. No, that sets me on the base of the floor with the rats. So I can't use that one. Hey, buddy. Just beat a couple of these guards to death. The jailer. His plans, guys, you can't deal with him. He's got so many plans. Yeah. A little bit of a World of Warcraft humor. I only know about some of that junk secondhand. I turned away from World of Warcraft long ago, but I've got some friends who were happy to tell me about all of the latest stupid plot twists. You can only really go so far in calling something a plot twist when it's really like an ass pull. Whew. Please don't take fall damage. Oh my god. We living though. Alright. Yeah, over here is where we needed to come. Kill a few rats. We'll have some more rats over here. I'm not wearing the Lloyd shield ring anymore, so certain hits are more dangerous. It only really matters when we fall between the margin of whether or not we're getting one shot. Okay. Yeah, that's the hole that those basilisks come out of. And the thing we're looking for should be in one of these mimics, which I thought I had gotten before. Maybe it's not quite this mimic. That's it. Okay, so I think what happened before is that probably bamboozled me. Sometimes a sleeping mimic will have 2 drops and will require you to actually loot the mimic twice. Which is just some jank that happens. Because any drop that is a random drop from the mimic will be grabbed on your first interaction. Okay, he was pivoting more than I dealt with there. Oh well. But we got the ring we needed, so we're ready to start attempting the boss. So we're gonna be for this boss strat. we're using 2 different consumable items, and we're going to be using 3 different weapons. So we need to use the Raw Dragon Slayer's axe in 2 hands, and then we're going to be pivoting later in the fight to a stratagem that uses the dagger as well as the raw reinforced club. So what we need to do here, the game plan, we're going to open up fighting like this, and I need to make sure that my rolls are not terrible. Yeah, they're not terrible. And then later on, we're going to be we're going to be 2 hands on this, and we pivot to this to perform critical attacks. That's the game plan. Dark Souls 3 has a command in common with Dark Souls 2, where holding the Y button, which is the 2 hands on the weapon button, causes you to put both hands on your offhand weapon instead. So definitely a little bit complicated in terms of what we need to execute. But we're going to try and figure it out. So we're going to try and take a couple of practice runs at this where we're not going to use any consumables or anything, and we're just going to kind of straight fight for a bit. So I believe to get to the fight, we are coming through here, and I believe we're taking a turn through here. Oh, I should also actually equip the last thing I was talking about, which is the Dark Clutch Ring. Yeah. The clutch rings cause us to take more damage. I think it's just more damage of their relevant type. But in exchange, we inflict more damage of that type. I still need to get this opened up. Shoot. So if I like... how does that open? Shoot. I am missing a step. I think I might actually need to fight through these guys that I have been skipping over a couple of times. Alright, well, let's work on that. This maxed out Dragon Slayer axe should be markedly better at killing these enemies. Now I can very cleanly 2-shot them. I believe I was 3-shotting them before. Yeah, dragon-type enemies classically do not enjoy lightning. Part of what's cool about this axe is that we can add pine resin to make it even more lightning. Typically, a weapon that has some kind of attribute as a baseline, you can't add more of that attribute to it with a consumable. This weapon's a solid exception on that. Okay, I went to queue up an attack on him. It input my attack as a kick, and it used the last of my stamina to do that. Bummer. So we're going to run through that again. Yeah, we don't actually need to use the Dark Clutch through this segment, so I'm going to pivot this back over to Lloyd's Shield until we've gotten these guys killed. Oh. The Lloyd's Shield ring, like, barely even matters for this. Yeah, the Knight's Ring and the Hunter's Ring that we are wearing are actually essential to be able to hold this axe. Without using both of those rings, I can't wield this weapon. I'm going to keep using Gold Pine to get through this little clutch of enemies. Ow. Gonna take some distance. Test this up. Okay, good thing that worked, because those are some really early dodges. Large Titanite. Yeah, so a leaping attack with this buff will one-shot these some of these guys. Very nice, very nice. The chain axe guy is a super troll. Yeah, the game is pretty rough. You have to be really precise. Specifically, this is the challenge run, where I'm playing through the game. This is an RPG, and I'm playing through the whole game without leveling up. My character is a level 1 character. It only costs like 673 souls to level up, and I spent 130,000 souls upgrading weapons just a bit ago. So that's what this challenge run is, and that's why it's quite so difficult. If you level up your character, you can use all sorts of different strats that make this less difficult. But our only strat is really like superlative high-speed offense. And being a flighty dodgy boy is the other half of the strat. I've got a good bit of gold pine. I think that taking out these great axe guys without using the pine resin is just really painful to do. Yeah, the difference in time it takes to kill them is crucial. Plus, being able to one-shot these guys with a leap is really nice. It's not difficult to space that out. They run into it pretty eagerly. Okay, so I'm thinking what might be a good idea for me. I forgot this guy was over here, and this enemy type is an absolute troll. I was thinking that I might want to try and, like, bait these guys out and, like, run around to the side or do something else clever. But the presence of some of these other goons is going to make that very difficult. Yeah, that is the range on this frickin' chain axe, dude. This guy's like the worst enemy type in all of Dark Souls 3. Okay, now that he's dead, I don't have time to apply another gold resin for this fight, even though I'd like to. Okay, gotta watch out for a bit. Okay, we're back to neutral. Thank you for being tall, making those big old tall swings. I think that's finally enough guys dead for me to get through this stupid courtyard. Okay. Yeah, that is a thing. So now we can finally check out what's up here. Have I not triggered this yet? Is this for later? Oh yeah, there's a big dragon over there. He's a mountainside level dragon. Gesture required. Okay. The Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone. Now, I think with that, we're like officially considered Path of the Dragon. Gain Dragon Torso and Roar until death. Let me try and remember how this stuff works. Because I think what you have to do with it is basically you equip it over here. And basically, okay, I still can't use it. Okay, so that group of guys was not blocking off the boss, it was just blocking off that stone. So, what is restricting me from the boss access? Please no, not these guys. These guys are the worst. see. Yeah, so this is what I'm using to get down from the bonfire. This is where I rang the bell earlier. So you come up here, you ring the bell. I don't think I need to re-ring it. You can't really go down there, I don't think. Nothing will remain once the bell is tolled. Yep, you can theoretically snipe those guys if you want to. This is the quirky side effect of not having fought this boss before, is I don't actually know how to get to the boss. Like, I believe it's through there, but I just need to open a thing. So, let's check out over here. I haven't been through here yet, I don't think. No, I have. Okay, I came over here and I got this treasure. Right, and then I went to the top and Havel's at the top of the ladder. Okay. What am I missing? Okay, so if I look at this gate, what am I missing about how to get through this gate? Something's got to operate this stinking gate mechanism. I can't actually get all the way up there without jank jumping, which it looks like some people have done. But it's not that important, I don't think. Okay, well this feels like a rather silly spot to be stuck. I think that largely my problem is the visibility is so low. So if there's a way of opening that I'm not seeing... You know what, actually? This might be a gesture thing. Again. They use this kind of gesture trick a lot in this area, so let me see if that's also what's going on here. Usually somebody online is going to post, like, gesture required if that's all you need. But... And the game is usually also good about putting some dragon statues around if that's what you need to do. Okay. Let me do a quick search. Oh. Okay, that's what's going on. I think honestly what's actually getting me here is it's the bloodstains from people making me nervous. This is one of those cases where the answer was just a little dumb. Remove that. I don't need to worry about it. Yeah, this smoke is a path. Right. The super obvious guys. Thanks. Here we have the King of the Storm and the Nameless King. Ah, got killed. So you can see that hit we landed on the King of the Storm was actually pretty sizable. And that's our goal for the first phase, is we gotta kill this giant, like, wyvern dragon thing that he's riding. And only once that's down can we do the fight in earnest. But we get the bonfire that's, like, right next to this. It's pretty nice. So, as I had said before, I'm going to do practice fights. I mean, right then, I went ahead and used the gold pine resin. I'm going to not use gold pine resin for a bit until we figure out the phase somewhat, a bit more fluidly. Okay. Okay, that's 2 swipes. It's a fire breath? Okay. It's got a fire breath. Note to self. Oh yeah, you've got plenty of dragons in the Dark Souls series. And what we're here to kill isn't actually the dragon. The dragon is phase 1 for this boss. We're here to kill the dragon rider. This is like a secret boss in Dark Souls 3, and it is the most challenging boss in the base game before you get to the DLC. Or at least a lot of people refer to it as the most challenging, and we'll see how that holds up. Okay, I could have hit it there. Okay, I did not have my eyes on the right thing, but I landed a fully charged R2 on the boss itself, or on the dragon itself. So we're learning a bit more about the way he attacks. Looks like the first phase, the difficulty, is really going to be about keeping him on camera, because it doesn't seem like I can fight it doesn't seem like I can do this fight locked on. It's not going to work. So I'm going to have to just use a free look camera. Okay, so that's bigger than I thought. Okay, so if he does the lightning crackle thing, I should probably go off to the right and be ready to roll. Yeah, the Soul Level 1 run has a lot of this kind of trial and error. He's going to kill me in one shot anyway, so we can switch the gear now. If you're going to die in one hit, you can just embrace it. Okay, what's your first gambit? Okay, he did the flight thing. For this, we lock on. Breath. I didn't run correctly for breath, so we're not going to make it. Dragon breath attacks like that are usually a bit too persistent to deal with if you try to roll through them, so I'm usually going to try to run around them, and that's usually like towards the boss, but the angle of his sweep is a bit shallow for that. I think, let's see. Could I have run that better? If I ran a better angle towards him? Maybe. Okay, so I know that when he's coming in, I want to run until my stamina bar is basically gone. Okay, and then from here... Okay, I dodged most of that. Shallow. That's a breath weapon. Thought that dodge might have been early. I'm glad it was not. I didn't dodge that right. Okay, so we got the first phase half dead. Yeah, if I dodge the Dragon Breath correctly, that's a lot easier to deal with, go figure. I gotta work on that. There's definitely also a bit of a trick to his first attack. Sometimes his movement for the first attack is going to let me get a free hit in as he's taking off, and I need to, like, be aware of when that's going to happen. Yeah, with that one, if I had, like, prepped an attack in advance, I could have gotten something. I'm surprised that's not killing me. This is breath. Okay. I knew that was coming, but my dodge timing wasn't correct. This is a neat jam. So yeah, running this challenge, you basically just have to be, if you're new to looking at this or understanding what this is about, this is a challenge about, can we be frustration proof and just kind of keep trying this? I'm super surprised that that lightning slam is not killing us shirtless. But hey, go figure. Shirtless is the way for Dark Souls. Okay, I was too early on that swing. I could have also gotten a hit on his landing. That was too early on the dodge. There's a bit of difference between his sweep and his slam timing. And I was reading that as a slam, but it was a sweep. The sweep's a bit slower. It's good that his dragon does not actually have that much health. Part of what I'm actually aiming for here is it's possible to stun the dragon and finish it with a critical attack. Okay, so it's like step, step, go. 2 attacks. That's breath. I'm in a bad position, so I'm dead. Okay, I need to recognize the breath by the dragon cry and by the way his neck moves, instead of waiting for his neck to like be in that paused low position. It's actually a very fast breath sweep attack for the series. Like, most dragon fire breaths don't come out that fast. And if I pull back when he does that attack, I'm like running into the trajectory instead of away from it, which is super bad. I actually super love the cinematic effect of him doing, like, that lightning attack. Barely have time to get in 2 attacks there. Critical hit. Okay, that takes out the dragon. Of course, he'll get that dragon back every time we have to do that attempt. We still have to do that phase. But it's not that crazy a phase when you get down to it. You only actually have to land like 4 hits on the dragon when you're using this weapon. Now he's all lightninged up. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot to learn about this phase. Because he is a fast boy. So basically the idea for the second phase is about every 7 hits we get on him, he is going to go into a stagger state. When he goes into a stagger, we're going to swap to the dagger and use a dagger stab for the critical. The reason we do that instead of just taking the critical with the weapon we have is the dagger is built on his weakness on what the... Huh. Well, this attempt's a wash. Come on, jostle me out of the fog door. Yep. Nothing now but to wait for death. Oh man, he's even confused. Okay, let's homeward bone. Sometimes Dark Souls is a silly game. Oh, that's only the second time in this run that that's happened. That happened on one of my dancer attempts as well. I got stuck in the door frame because the fog door just didn't work right. Okay, fog successfully traversed. That's the first, it's the hidden first phase of the fight. Sword, sword, sword. I didn't get the second dodge. Yeah, I was too late on the button. I think I didn't release on the button fast enough. Because it's a thing. Since the B button tap is dodge and the B button hold down is run, if you are too heavy on the button when you go to press it, you'll get like the start of a sprint and you won't get the dodge. Happens all the time. I would say that like anytime I miss a dodge, that's probably why. Okay. That was way too early on the roll, but it's okay. This is a pretty good pattern. Okay, I can actually input that a lot earlier than I thought, and it'll be okay. Huge, huge damage. Okay, let's take a look at phase 2. We'll be skipping the cutscene from here on out. One, two. Okay, that's only a one-hit opening. So what I'm gonna need to do here is count out 7 hits, and after the 7th hit, I should get a stun. And when I get that stun, I take an 8th hit, and then I go for the critical. And to hit the critical, I just need to tap Y to get the dagger back out. Wait, I forgot to change weapons back. That's fine, we can do that on the run. Okay, I went for the heavy but didn't release it soon enough. Oh, I didn't know he could do a 3 on that. Note to self, he can make that a 3-hit combo. Bummer. I was excited about like, oh man, this is a big opening window. Now that I dodged that sweep attack, I'm gonna be in the money. Looks like if he goes into that though, I can pretty much just stay under the dragon until he's about done. Now, with the strat I'm using, hitting the dragon in the head is causing additional damage. Almost every dragon in the game works like that. Headshots matter. Okay, he's doing this one first. He can do in-place dragon. He can do in-place down fire breath. That's the first time we've seen that. Okay. I did not know that was part of his repertoire. Now we know. Yeah, I think that the key to this basically is going to be, it's not just getting to the second phase consistently. Like, we have to learn how to do the second phase, and then we're going to have to be patient during the second phase. And patience is nerve-wracking and difficult. Okay, this to start. Oh, that's a fast stab attack. Okay. So he's got a fast stab on Dragonback as well. Anytime you get killed and it's the first time you've seen an attack, you can't be mad about it. That's the learning process. Like, I didn't know he could do that attack at all. I might have seen it once in one of these subsequent fights. But generally, no. We actually dodged that cleanly. That's fire breath. I was wondering when it would trigger the critical and get me into phase, because that critical triggered a lot later than usual. Whoa. Okay, we've got 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. Okay, I didn't know quite what was going to happen there. So that is the learning process. You can see the Nameless King phase is going to be a lot more health going on. Especially because we are not trying to use a consumable on that phase yet. Once we pivot to using a consumable on that phase, we're going to have an easier time landing bleed procs. And the bleed procs will take out big chunks of the boss's health. Our moment-to-moment damage is still going to look the same, though. I think over the course of the boss fight, we probably proc bleed twice, by virtue of using the bleed consumable. That's down breath. That's straight breath. Whew! Hot! Where'd he go? Ah! One. Miss. You gotta get all these dodges right. So, the dodge window on a lot of these is actually more generous than I am expecting it to be, which I think might be like Dark Souls 2 coming back to haunt my brain and tell me that, like, no, there's no way that dodge is going to work. Haven't you played Dark Souls 2? But these really early dodge inputs are actually fine, and that's messing with me a lot. Like, for that one, I can input the dodge almost as soon as the dragon starts to dive. Just, like, absurdly early. What is... It's a wind thing. Okay. So he does a wing beat and then does a ground-based wind wave. And that one I'll just have to dodge through. First time I've seen that attack in the first phase. Funnily enough, I'd seen that attack in the second phase. I just hadn't seen the dragon do it. This is a very feathery dragon. Down breath. That was the quick stab. That time I just like lost the camera control. Like, camera just went like all over. And I couldn't read that attack coming in. Whew. Come here. Game is making me sweat. So, we're gonna kill this guy at some point. And then the next boss to go after this is gonna be just Soul of Cinder. Unlike, somewhat similar to Dark Souls 2, beating the final boss does not force us instantly into New Game Plus. We can just opt not to do that. And once these two bosses are down, we will have completed all bosses for the base game. My stamina was like not coming back for an extra moment there for some reason I don't understand. I didn't think I had run it out fully. Really difficult to tell exactly where the berry that is. Cool. I think I'll have to do an extra hit after this critical. Yeah. Phase 1 down. 1, 2. That was a bad attack to try to take. I needed to, he was still doing stuff. It was not my turn yet. There's definitely a danger with this strat at the start of phase 2. Because I don't always phase transition facing where the boss is going to be, although his facing is actually consistent, so I just need to fix that on my own hand. But I'm also trying to handle the weapon swap at the same time, generally speaking. If I kill the boss with the critical, it triggers the cutscene immediately. Ah, I got the extra hit. Oh yeah, she got blocked by the statue. Yeah, so if I have to kill him with the 1 extra attack, he actually goes into a death animation, which gives me more time to fuss with things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, missed. All right, well we got higher than we've gotten before in terms of hit count, and it's the 7th hit that should cause a stagger on him, unless that stagger is dependent on me getting a bleed proc, in which case it will only cause the stagger if I've actually used the Carthus Rouge. I'm going to experiment a bit to determine that, because I don't want to start using the Carthus Rouge I have while I'm still tenuous on the boss fight. I've got 38 of that in storage, so I can actually be a little willy-nilly with that. I can actually buy another 30 of it too. From what I've experienced in this first half of the boss fight, using the lightning resin on this phase is not that important. Like, with or without the lightning resin, I can get this phase consistently enough to not worry about it. That's fire breath. I screwed up. Ugh. There are still a couple things in this phase that can kill me, but it's not like that big a deal. It's not a long enough phase or a tenuous enough phase for me to worry about having to speed it up. So I think what I'm going to do is actually take this 30,000 souls back to Firelink, and I'm going to spend that on Carthus Rouge so that I have like 70 attempts banked, and then I can start incorporating the consumable. Because if I'm getting close to the point of getting off the first stun, then all I need to do is do that twice in a row and I win the fight, basically.
Ah.
Carthus Rouge. Done deal. And we're heading back over to the Great Belfry. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to remove this from the hotbar so that I have less to fuss with. One, two. That's down breath. I did a quick spin because I knew I had gone in like a little too early. Right in the eye. One. Dang. Yeah, it's tricky just like committing to memory the timing for all of these different attacks. Well, he's not doing that many different things when you get down to it. So it's maybe not as bad as it looks. Yeah, the soul retrieval doesn't really matter anymore. So it does appear as though with the charge of whatever he's doing first, I've got a very comfortable amount of time to actually use the Carthus Rouge. It's not like we're playing Dark Souls 2. Item usage does not take forever. Oh, he actually dead hit me. Like, I did not get the dodge right. The Lightning Splash is not lethal, but the direct hit from the Halberd and the Lightning Splash together is lethal. I'm just going to not bother picking up my souls from here on, I think. It's not important. I say that now, I'm totally going to accidentally pick up my souls later. So funnily enough, since the boss is basically going to one-shot us every time, I think it's going to put our souls outside the boss arena every time. Which is like a little bit of protection that Dark Souls affords you. Got the extra hit in. That's Fire Breath. Yep. Oh, I accidentally, like, I threw myself into it just a little bit. Oh, that's tragic. What a bummer. I was out, and I pulled myself back in by, like, making that swing at just the wrong spot. If I was, like, a little further out on the reach of my weapon, I would have been okay. We're in real gamer mode now. We're on the lean-in mode. I do this all the time playing Dead by Daylight. Like, I throw my face directly into the monitor. Okay, we killed him on the critical attack. So I couldn't get my weapon swap finished in time. I hit the wrong button once, and I put two hands on the dagger. So I got kind of screwed up. Yeah, you do not want to kill him on the critical. You want to kill him with one attack after the critical if possible. But I don't have a lot of control over that, because I'm just doing a raunchy amount of damage. As far as this boss is concerned. Let's see. In terms of the attacks that the Nameless King is doing, his most committal attack appears to be the, like, spear thrust slam from above. So if I need to apply Rouge at a later time, that will probably be the only time. I don't know if that's, like, worth it, though. 1, 2, unlock. That's down breath. Give him some room. Okay, I couldn't tell what that was. Looks like that was fast stab. Because I thought he was like rearing up, going into the sky again, but it looks like there's just a small hop on the dragon when he does the dive forward. For tonight, I'm probably either going to be still doing Dark Souls, or I might just be chill. I don't know if I'm going to be online or not. I have been doing a bit of Darkest Dungeon offline. I could start doing that online. Shoot, a little off timing. Like, I really want to make a lot of progress on this Dark Souls run, because we're going to be coming into the holidays, and I'm not going to have as much time to do this. I barely got that second hit in. That's Fire Breath. That'll trigger the phase. No time for Carthus Rouge here. Okay, so that time I needed to roll just a little faster. Ugh. Yeah, I'm basically trying to get the fight to follow a loose script, but a few permutations in the way I handle the first phase can change whether or not I can get that extra thing off. There's like it's kind of like a perfect calculation for it to get the hit stun to happen at the right time. And I'm just not being as meticulous as I could be about that. 1, 2, 3. It's not the fast stab, so it's a down breath. That's probably the fast stab. This will phase change it. He actually let me use the Carthus Rouge. Hits. 4. 5. Too early on the dodge. That particular attack is really delayed. That second phase is super tense, man. It's ratcheting up my heartbeat every time I go for it. And it's not like I can't move away from him and actually still have openings. Not promptly. If I'm going for a bleed strat, I need to stick on him and just get the invuln frames right. I'm glad his little aerial phases here are predictable and pretty short. I think this won't kill him. Yeah, so now we can have the slower transition. I can't take 2 on the stab. I have to only do 1 attack there. Arrgh. His openings are really short. There are some cases where if I commit to the attack really fast, I might be able to squeeze into, but it's just not going to be a safe scenario. And it's also going to deplete my stamina really quickly if I go for that. The reason I'm doing a slow, a little count there every time is I'm kind of checking the timing for what's it called? If he flies forward, I can get an extra hit on him for that. Oh, so he's got 2 quick stab variants. He's got 1 quick stab where he kind of picks up off the ground and rears back, and a faster quick stab where he the neck like goes back to the side and then he does a forward stab thing. Okay, leaning out in and out of the light is making my camera a little inconsistent. Camera brightness a little inconsistent. Should I maybe shut this a little? That okay? Yeah, that's increasing the consistency of the camera's like auto adjust. There we go. That's probably better. I want to let the light in to some extent, but I want you to see my face, which is like kind of 601 because most of the time I'm probably doing this. Any of these looks. There we go. Dragon Breath. I thought I was far back into the dragon enough that I could do that. My positioning was a little wrong for what I tried to do. Also, I didn't happen to get the critical there, which tells me that one of my attacks landed on like the neck rather than the head. I'm not sure how the stun calculation works for this guy, but I think that's about what happened, more or less. Alright, buddy, what you got? Yeah, that's the fast stab. That's down breath. That's dragon breath, okay. I was having trouble there, figuring out what was about to happen. Cool, and we're at the variant where it takes 1 extra hit. I actually need to run for that hit. Okay, I didn't complete the use of the item. There we go. Two hits. I got greedy. Sometimes he does a long pause, and I wonder to myself, can I sneak in another hit? Sometimes the answer is yes, but the real answer is no. So I still haven't gotten more than 5 hits on any attempt. If I ever land the 6th hit, I should be able to push for the 7th on an unsafe setup. That's part of why the count is important. Because like I can take a one-hit opening window and take 2 hits there if I'm going to trigger the hit stun, because the hit stun will make it safe. Down breath. As soon as the fire column is gone, that's when it's safe to move forward. Clonk. That was a fully charged R2, by the way. Just a little bit of sauce. Okay, there we go. Just doing that. What do you want next? 1. I wasn't fast enough. I needed to take that hit sooner so that I could dodge out of the way before a stab happened. Or I needed to dodge the stab preemptively, because I'm not sure how much he can autocorrect it. Maybe a lot. I don't know. Actually, wait. I think I can just do this. Yeah, this will save me a moment on weapon swapping. Because I only have to swap the dagger. Down rep? Yep. He's actually doing that with some regularity now. Okay. I lost track of him. Yeah, sometimes it can be tricky to react to him after I've gotten underneath him like that. I kind of need a neutral reset of some kind to get back to the point where I'm controlling what I'm doing in the fight. Or I could just try to keep hitting his neck and like stay under him more. That's not the wrong answer to that. Not like directly. Fast stab. Oh, I dodged a little late on that. It's just like anticipating it a little extra slow. Little off. We're okay. This again. Stun. He's very polite there. 2. 3, 4. Too early. Whew. It's possible that there's a configuration that allows me to survive a hit in his second phase, but like with the speed that he's attacking, there's no way I can Estus. I mean, maybe. Oh, he's tricky. I can get through the first phase, though. Most of the time. Messed up the dodge there, but... Yeah, the first phase I'm getting through on more than half of my attempts. The second phase is kicking my butt. The most hits I've landed on a second phase is 5 hits. That being said, we're trying like a pretty mapped out strat where theoretically we need to get 16 hits on a second phase total to take him down. And some of those hits will happen while he's in hit stun. Yeah. Took some damage. Fire breath. Oh. Late. Yeah, it's a bit of a grind to start to like get the timings figured out for the second phase, because he's just kind of swinging in normal swing patterns, and it's a very fair animation set. He's just got a couple different things, and they all one-shot me, so that's a trick. I'm thinking it might be vaguely possible that with some lightning-resistant armor I could survive a hit. So let me look around for a moment, because I'm actually going shirtless just because. And, like, I could try using the Maiden set. Actually, the Archdeacon skirt is still crazy. It's gaining less like 0.4. Yeah, let's do this. So, we'll see if maybe this lets us survive a hit in his second phase. It's a little tough though, because I'm using a clutch ring. Now, it says increases, like, vulnerability. I don't know if that's all kinds of vulnerability, or if it's specific to the damage that's being advantaged. That's down breath. Down breath again. Oh no, that was a quick stab. Well, that was the medium quick stab. That was the breath feint quick stab. I think that's actually one of the interesting things. Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the interesting things about some of the boss animations for like some of these dragons and the bigger enemies. They have a couple of attacks that look a little bit deliberately similar, just to mess with you. Keep you on your toes. Definitely add some complexity to the decision tree of how you're handling the fight. Okay, so taking more physical. I didn't know he could go into a sweep from that. Dragon Breath again. I actually read that one nice and early. Plonk. Oh wow, I was lucky. 2 hits. That was too early by a lot. For that particular startup, if I dodge around him to the left, I might not get hit by the sweep. I don't know. Adjusting your direction of rotation around a boss is pretty tricky to do. Like, you just settle into modes, and adjusting that mode is adding like a whole nother level of complexity to the actions you're performing. It's tricky. It just weirds me out. That's part of why Fume Knight is difficult. You need to change your pivot directions for Fume Knight a lot. Oh, that's just flight. Fragment breath. Barely made it. Okay, good. We landed all the hits on his head. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what that attack is. I've never seen it before. So, when he goes into the stun state, I'm supposed to get the critical with the knife instead of the mace, and I'll do more damage. But I did half kill him. He went into phase 3 attacks, because he's got like a different attack set for the second half of his health bar in phase 2. But it's noteworthy that when he's doing that lightning bolt from the sky attack, I can hit him 3 times. So if I'm within 3 of the stun on that, I can go for it. Down breath. That's fire breath. Going for your legs, you dang nerd. Okay, no brain dead Carthus Rouge allowed. I couldn't remember like if the startup on that was enough for me to. I thought I might be able to get it off and dodge. I was wrong. Could not do that. But I need to use the Rouge. The amount of bleed damage I got in the last fight, when I actually got the 7 hits off, was incredible. Alright. But yeah, we're using a clutch ring to empower the attack we're going to use for the critical. Game plan is here we're using 1 attack to stagger and 1 attack to like follow up on the stagger. Shoot. I knew it was coming, but I was on the button too late. Let's see. Ah. So it's interesting that the second half of his second phase has attacks that are actually slower and give me more hits. But I'm gonna have to be aware of them because they're all attacks that are that much likelier to kill me if I go greedy. A little bit off. I was a little slow on that. Down breath. Healthy stab. That's fire breath. Ah, shallow. I went for a charged R2. Okay, dead. There's the Rouge. One. I might be able to do two after that particular stab. Do a thing, you nerd. Two, wrong attack, wrong timing. Ah! He definitely likes to do that. I'm just standing here and I'm gonna pivot on you. And if you swing, I'm gonna kill you immediately. I hate it when they do that. It's so unnerving. Okay, but after he does the dive stab, if he does the follow-up stab on that, I can get 2 hits after the follow-up stab. His recovery from that appears to be quite long. So that's good to know. Unless we find out later that he can go from the follow-up stab into another sweep, which just sounds like the kind of thing we're going to figure out. As with every SL1 boss fight, like in the late game, you don't get to beat it without becoming a pro at it. That's fire breath. This will take 1 extra hit, so it's pretty ideal. Yeah, if he starts up doing nothing, I can apply the Cardin's Rouge. No follow-up steps, that's 1. Early dodge. One, two, drink. Let's go. Two, three, four, five. I was nervous. 6. 7. I missed my critical. I missed my critical and then my weapon selection went all weird. Okay, I'm gonna try not getting in the 8th hit, because it's definitely screwing me up. Because I hit a lot of incorrect buttons. Despite getting to my, like, vaunted halfway point of the fight. Because I think at this point, I know enough about the boss fight that I should be able to get him to the first critical. And that marks, like, a decent run. And then, of course, the good run will be the run where we kill him. But I think there's not a lot of gap between the decent run and the good run right now. Because he has those, like, extra long openings in his second phase, or his last 50% health. Which is one of the reasons to try and go for the extra hits. Because you're getting him closer to the next stun if you do. I was actually pretty far away from him there. Clonk. Yeah, that downward slam he does takes a ton of time for him to recover from. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I ran out of stamina from hitting him too much. That is a different kind of problem. That is also the case for taking some shorter windows sometimes. Like, if you just do a 1 hit every time you have the chance, you're not going to run out of stamina. Occasionally taking 2 hits can put you on the track to run out. Lightning, 1, 2. Ah, I whiffed. Sweeps. Critical. Rouge up. That was way too early! That's the first time he's hit me with that attack. Oh, man. Jitters, man. The jitters. They're real. Down breath. It's gotta be quick stab. It's dragon breath. kill it without the critical effect. Thankfully, I have like 70 Carthus Rouge. That's a different startup. 1. Too early. He did like 2 fast things and then a slow thing. I might have had the time to mash in a second dodge. I don't know. I definitely didn't. No way. That was like just the wrong amount of early. It's heartbreaking when I get like to 6 hits, because the damage payoff of the 7th hit is like a quarter of his health bar. Clonk. Fire breath. That was a nice fast first phase. Oh, well. I was so sure I had it, but I didn't have the stamina to run to his head, like, and get the attack off. Or at least I didn't think I did. So I slowed up on it and whiffed. And I'm like, alright, let me just hit him in the feet to finish the phase out, but didn't get it. Ugh. Hubris. I mean, heck, this whole challenge is a little hubristic, right? Don't come on up here without some hubris. Pretty off there. Okay, I need to be in a bit of a different position for that then. Fire breath. I attacked into the fire again. It's the second time I've done that. Looking at the replay, it looks like junk, I swear. You get nicked and horribly, horribly die. That's hot, you know. Don't slam your face into a stove. What time is it? 3 o'clock? Okay. I had a late breakfast, but nothing really for lunch. I might just make it 2 meals for today. Take that. Fire breath. Let's not get charred this time. I was too far away that time. By a lot. Ah, okay. I got there. I managed to tag him. Okay, there we go. Check him on the phase transition for a moment to make sure he's not doing the deadly wave. And then miss the first dodge. See that time? See that time? Because of the time, like 4 runs ago, when I dodged too early and got stabbed, I was super worried about dodging too early, and thus dodged too late and died. Because it's really not a dodge where you can, you can't like react to him starting the charge, you just have to know when to hit the button. I could probably like have a count in my head that would make it easier. me start counting next time he does it. Okay, I thought that was going to be quick stab, but it's just down breath. I took a bit of a risk there. I thought I might have run in too early, but it was okay. Okay, triggered the phase cut with that. Very polite boss this time. 1, 2. Right. I wigged myself out there a bit because I counted the amount of time before that dodge, but I need to count the number of hits I got, and transitioning between the things I was counting just blanked out my mind for a moment. I'm like, oh look, pretty lightning spear in my face. Oh, so that's something. Fire breath. That's a proper response to fire breath. Oh! He was about to kill me. If that attack didn't land. I equipped the wrong weapon for a moment. One, two. Okay, so even when he does that, I don't have the opening for two attacks. So now I know. Confirmed. This phase, man, it is very, very tight. Fire breath. Oh, that actually got him. Take it. And there's the phase. One. Two. That was way too early. He was doing a very, very slow version of a very similar looking attack. And that is the thing about this part of the phase that makes it very, very tricky to deal with. A lot of these attacks that he's doing kind of look the same. He's attacking with the spear. He's like doing spear slash cut things. He's just got like 4 kinds of spear slash cuts. And what varies is the speed he does it and whether or not he's going to follow up. Down breath. stab. Yeah, can't reach. Aha! I was hoping one of those would get him into stun, but I was not hitting him in the head after the quick stab, so I was not building up the stun meter. You basically only get to stun this phase if you're attacking the head of the dragon. And it does get you through the phase a good bit quicker. I mean, the critical hit, the critical hit probably does about 1/5 of its health bar total, maybe more. Somewhere between 1/5 and 1/4. It's a lot. That's a down breath. Yeah, if he goes for quick stab, it really puts me in a weird place. I don't have a good reaction to reset to neutral after that because I've got a lot of area to traverse in order to get back to my ideal position. So that is a tricky scenario. And I think that in terms of my handling of the fight, the fact that that scenario is happening might have something to do with my positioning or my attack choices. I feel like there's something I can do to get the first phase closer to a definitive set play. Okay, one thing I need to do is not dodge that attack too early. That's definitely problematic. Whew. Anybody new in the chat today? I'm guessing we're just on the regulars. I took some time as I was setting this up to throw a couple posts out in the Dark Souls Discord and the Company of Champions Discord. And I don't know if that's paid off. I think I've seen 1 or 2 people filter in, but it seems like they're not sticking around. Bummer. I mean, we've got here the same 30-second segment of high-octane action again and again. Until I figure out this dang boss. You can watch me get mulched by the second phase. This is the wing beat! He almost never does that thing. That was way too early, but I could barely see the boss. Ugh, I've seen him do that wing beat attack twice. Twice in 2 hours. I haven't been doing the boss for the entirety of the 2 hours. I spent some time setting up the weapons. But that is the second time in 2 hours I've seen that attack. Well, that's the second time in at least the last hour of doing boss attempts that I've seen that attack. I can confidently say that. Alright, alright, alright. I can't keep dying on first phase. I'm not learning when I die on first phase. He is moody right now. Slurp. Whoops. There we go. Carthage Rouge up. 3. Oh, that happened faster than I thought it would, that follow-up. I thought that follow-up was just going to happen a little slower. Alright. That's what happens when I don't get to the second phase for like 3 or 4 attempts. I get rusty on it. The win generally is not a fluke. The win will happen when we've gotten to a certain point in the fight consistently enough to get a little lucky on patterns, but we have to have a good level of consistency before that. Fire breath. Alright, there's that phase. I couldn't buffer out the dodge fast enough after that, so that was a false opening. I did not actually have an opening there. Yeah, I don't have a good working knowledge of his different follow-up patterns in the second phase. The fact that the follow-up patterns that actually have openings are still very, very short openings makes it a little more difficult to commit them to memory. He opened with the stab. That tells me that I was not close enough to him, I think. That time I tried staying back a bit more to see if he would try to fly over. Just stay away from that one. Charge R2. There goes your eye. Rouge up. 1. That was way too early. Ah, the delay on that attack is so brutal, man. It's brutal. And it's and the dodge puts me right at like the end point of the attack. It's like barely hitting me after the dodge. But it's a sweep. That's how it's going to work. It's just like completely nerve-wracking amount of delay. It feels like a Dark Souls 2 attack, but with fair hitboxing. Because the Dark Souls 2 attack would be that, but like 30% bigger around the edges. Perfect dodge. Yeah, that gets me 3 head hits when I dodge that attack. It does always amuse me when your character like teleports to the other side to execute the critical. Okay, there's that. 1. Nervous dodge. 2. 3. 4, 5. Bad dodge. I need a glass of water. I'm like heating up. This might turn out to be like my DS2 fight with the Rotten, where I do like a bunch of attempts at him, learn most of his stuff, and then step away, and I come back like 2 hours later and one-shot him. Because I just needed to chill out and get back, let the analytical part of my mind process it all. My short-term memory is okay. My long-term memory is okay. My medium-term memory is, like, really good. I think I can do it on R2. Yep, fully charged. Aren't you moody? Bring your head over here. Dang it. Take that. I'll need to run for a last hit. One. Two. 3. 4. 'I got nervous. 5. 6. 7. Critical. 1. 2. 3. 4. More delay on that. Okay. Okay. That's the second time I've seen that attack, so if I could dodge that correctly, that'd be really good on me. And the most I could have gotten from, like, hitting him while he was charging it was up to, like, 6. I don't think I could have gotten the 7th hit without him releasing the attack. That being said, he's done that exact same pattern twice now, and it is at the point where if I dodged that pattern, I think I would have killed him. So the goal is now, do not allow that to happen a third time. It's down breath. Stab. I knew what you were doing that time. Take that! I've been trying to do that more. The takeoff punish. You have to stand in a pretty good spot for it. 1. bad opening. Okay, so for the takeoff hit, I want to basically just be standing a little bit more to the left of the dragon's head, and I should be able to get that more consistently. So I'm going to try my initial run with a little bit more of a left bias. Okay, no. The cool thing about that hit is that there is a telegraph for him taking off, and it's just like he steps back twice. Yeah, that was an early dodge. Oof, that was lucky. Didn't quite get it that time. Oh, I was just a little late on my dodge. The dodge happened in my head. Didn't happen in my fingers. Ah, he has not done that follow-up so soon after landing ever before. Every other time he has landed for that, I have had the time to get in a hit, but this time he landed while preparing a sweep, which I've never seen. So that's new. That might be an interaction that can only happen if I hit him while he's midair. Which I got. I got that off that time. Which is like 400 damage to land that. It's insane. The degree to which the King of the Storm is vulnerable to lightning is just absurd. Down breath. Too late. That dodge was a bit too early to avoid the lightning pulse. But so long as you're not like dead center with the halberd, that attack's pretty fine to deal with. I don't have a lot of stamina. Got it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Late on that second dodge. I need to get a bot in the Twitch chat, like I need to configure this, that just tells me once every half hour or so to stand up and stretch. That's a solid to-do list item. Not the right positioning. that swing I took there is very risky because it's very positioning dependent. I need to be standing in the right spot for his sweep to miss to take that swing, which I managed to get this time. Do a thing. Come on. 2. 3. Okay, so no, he can do 2 swipes after the dash. I've seen that before, but my memory of that was not very clear. So, I think I'm unconsciously kind of raising my voice a bit more because I'm responding to what I'm hearing, which is pretty loud. Let me know if it's if I get any kind of vocal distortion or if anything sounds weird. I do have a filter on my voice input that's supposed to like tone down any kind of peaking. But let me know if there's ever anything weird about the audio quality. Down breath. Stab. This critical will send him into phase 2. I dual wielded the wrong weapon. There we go. Now we're set. Let's fight. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Critical. Huge damage. 1, 2. Oh, right. That's the one that goes out. Dodged it! 4. 5. This is new. 6. Ah, I had the count wrong. No. Because if the count was right and that was a 7th hit, I would have killed him because he would have gone into hit stun. Okay. That being said, there were some attacks there that I saw for the first time and dodged. So that's cool. That's super cool. Also, his lightning-based attacks don't one-shot us. Only his physical hits do. That is good to know. It's important. You know what else might have happened? It might be that my Carthus Rouge ran out, and that might change the hit count. That crisp damage feels so good. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. Shoot. I thought that was an okay opening. I could have sworn I've done that before and gotten away with it. That's just him being finicky then. Okay, so after his double cut, after his... No, that's got to be an opening. I just didn't exploit it fast enough. I just have to know that after that second hit, I can take a hit, and then I have to be ready to dodge. I think that's his fastest possible follow-up, because it's not quite a linked sequence. He's definitely returning to neutral there for just a moment. I gotta believe. That's wing beats. So the first one of those waves is not a damaging attack. Rolling through it is optional. The second one is a damaging attack. I have difficulty judging how far away it is because the ground is very indistinct. It's just tough. That is like a hidden extra difficulty factor. There's a few different fights in the Dark Souls series that have these kind of cloud floors or darkness floors or other weird things like that. And there's like a hidden extra difficulty factor in that. Get your head back down here, punk. I actually think if I move towards him, that attack completely whiffs. Clean phase transition. Yeah, if he starts up with that attack, don't buff your weapon right away. That dodge is too early. But I'm not dead, apparently. That dodge is too early, and now I am dead. That actually had, I think, a little bit different timing than the one where he actually dashes his body at you. So that's just a different attack that he's only using while I'm at a certain distance that I'm usually not hanging out at. That happened because I was approaching him. Insert JoJo meme here. And I should probably just be waiting until he dives it to me. Because he's not going to let me stand far away for a super long period of time. Alright. Too early on the sweep. Okay, a little bit sloppy there. Took a hit, but... Okay, he's not doing the slam. One, two. I waited too long and he went into another thing. Yeah, if he does an early combo end, I have a very limited time to read that to actually get a hit in. But I think I need to be able to get those and dodge afterwards to win the fight. Or I need to be a lot more patient. I'm not sure which. He doesn't present many long openings. So if I'm not taking advantage of the short openings, it is going to be a longer, more difficult fight. I almost had that with just the right timing. Not quite. Fire Breath. Take it. So nothing he does in that sequence after the dash is actually safe for me to punish. At all. Like, none of those setups are safe. That's rough, man. Because he loves doing that. He loves that setup like a son. Oh, no, I was too far back. When I beat this boss, I want to see some hype in the chat. It's gonna happen. I've gotten close a few different times. I feel as though the win is not that far off. Especially since my current level of lightning resist is enough to take even 2 hits from certain lightning attacks in the second phase. I call that the scratch my beard attack. It's the attack where I get to scratch my beard if I need to. Okay, we got the phase. I wasn't sure if I would get the phase or not. Okay, I could see that he pulled it back, and I should have responded to that more. Because he'll either leave it out there, which lets you get 2 hits, or he'll do it and then pull back. If you respond to the pullback like immediately, you can get a hit, dodge, and get 2 hits. If not, what's it called? If you don't respond immediately, you just need to wait and do the dodge and take the 2 hits. You're getting 2 hits. Feel grateful, you jerk. You greedy player, Eric. Jupiter. You greedy player, Jupiter. Is this already the phase? I think we may have already the phase. Come at me, bro. 1, 2. 3. So interestingly, his standing sweeps you actually get openings on when he finishes the combo. His dash sweeps you don't. Or like whatever he's doing after a dash. He has an extra possibility there. That is my new theory. We're going to test that out in some of these attempts. Yeah, I was doing some research on the boss, and that's how I got around to this strat, because this is the kind of strat that is like paced out to an extent that I would not find through trial and error. Got to be thankful for Dark Souls having the community that it does, who figures out this nonsense. But the strat doesn't like detail how you get the 7 hits in Phase 2. It's like, in Phase 2, hit him 7 times, make it happen. That's Fire Breath. Alright, here we go again. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Critical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Missed the critical. And dead. I forgot I needed to be in his face to hit the critical. And so because I was behind him, I didn't get it. That's another way to throw the fight. I found another way to throw the fight. I'm gonna drink some water. And I'm gonna stretch. Out with the regrets. I was 2 steps away from beating that boss. I just had to walk up to his face and tell him he was a punk. And that would have been it. Alright, we're close. We're really, really close. Down breath. We haven't seen the down breath in a while. Fast stab and follow up. And now he's doing fire breath. He wanted to do lightning slam, but I guess we're not in the mood for that. Okay, he's got the polite approach. 1, 2, wait for stamina. 3, nope, no good. I rolled a little too far away from him to actually get that follow-up. Take that. Too late. That was too early on the dodge, and it put me in just the wrong spot. I haven't actually dealt with Lightning Slam in a while. I mean, really, that's all on me, because with that positioning I was in for Lightning Slam, I could just stay under the dragon, and it won't hit me. Heck, I could just take it. I could just take the lightning component, and it's fine. But I rolled in the direction of the head to be ready to get the hit in, and that's a risky proposition. But it lets me do things like that, which are super cool. Dragon Breath. This will probably prompt a stun when I hit him in the face. One. Two. Do a thing. Do a thing. Three, 4, 5. That was barely safe. 6, 7, critical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Critical. 1, 2, and that's the Nameless King. Whew! That last 50% health, when you get down to it, is actually kind of boring. Like, that's so formulaic that you can just kind of hammer on him, and he does this stupid, super slow attack. Like, if they actually removed that attack from the boss, where he just sparks lightning on your exact location, that would be a better boss. And it's a really good boss. But, like, oof. Alright. I sound calmer than I am right now. Let me get your hype in the chat, because I've got like I've got that bit where the heart is pumping enough that you can't feel hype. I'm just so relieved. The adrenaline's fading. I'm hitting like a wave of exhaustion. The boss is dead. I got him. I got him. And it wasn't as hype as other boss kills because I got to count out and know when he was gonna die. So that's something. Whew. Okay, so we can unequip some stuff now. So we're gonna go back to just using the raw reinforced or the Astoras. It's either one. Whew. Wait, what? Oh, it's not in my equipment slot. We get a Titanite slab for beating him. Yay! Oh man, the bloodstains are above our head because that's where like the fog exists for the sake of that fight. I feel old now. Like that drained years off my life to do. Oh, it just puts us back here. Okay. Let's see. I don't know where exactly the trigger is for the confrontation with Hawkwood. I know there's a whole thing about that. Ah, Dragon Slayer gear. That is Ornstein's armor set. To accomplish your Ornstein cosplay. Okay. Okay. I just gotta chill for a bit, man. Like... And it's just like, the whole fight comes down to like 6 correct dodges that you have to do at like the beginning, at the beginning of the second phase. And if you get those correct, you can beat the boss. It's just like 6 really unnerving dodges. Ugh. Mm. Oof. Okay. I think, resistance-wise, the Dragon Slayer Crescent Axe, I think is the same weapon we use to fight the Cinder guy. Soul of Cinder. I think he's vulnerable to lightning. We're gonna buy 40 gold pine resin. And I don't think there are any other weapons I really want to experiment with, but I'll stockpile a bit of Titanite just in case. And let's put the rest of the Lords of Cinder in their place. The Cinders of Aldrich. And I think I didn't place the Cinders of Yorm. Yeah. And now we've got the Firekeeper walking to the center.
The 5 lords sit their 5 thrones, all thanks to thee, most worthy of lords.
Yeah.
Ashen One,
My hand is shaking a little, like a little bit.
Bend thy knee.
It's probably because I've had too much caffeine this morning.
And let the Lord's embers a true law. Farewell, mayst thou thy...
Alright. It might be clearer if I'm holding an object. Yeah.
Noble lords of Cinder. The fire
I'm gonna give that an 80% odds. I'm overloaded on caffeine at the moment.
And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires.
Could also mean that I might need some
to
lunch.
The true air.
See, we've only been at this for 3 hours. I think I want to try some Soul of Cinder attempts. Because once Soul of Cinder is down, that is the core Dark Souls 3 SL1 run done. And once that's done, it will mean I have achieved SL1 any percent for all 3 games. If I want to be credited for SL1 all bosses, all 3 games, then I need to boot Dark Souls 2 back up and kill another 3 bosses. But I'm okay with Dark Souls 2 being at a bit of a deficit compared to the other games, because it's clunky. And it's got really, really long boss runs.
Let him grant death. To the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
Okay. returning now to the Kiln of the First Flame, which we unfortunately return to via teleportation, which is a little odd. And it looks like Firelink instead of having its own unique appearance just yet, but I believe we step outside and things are different. Yeah, this vista is pretty cool. I wonder if we can make out the Archdragon Peak. I wonder if it's one of these mountains, but we can't see the dragon that's on it. Like maybe he's on the other side. So, yeah, this is a newly added bonfire, I think. No, is this Visions of Sadness? Is this the one that takes us into the DLC? I've loosely heard maybe this is the one that takes us into the DLC. Ay ay ay. Coiled swords everywhere. The Dreg Heap. There's a bonfire we can light. Okay, I think this is the one that takes us to the Ringed City DLC. Okay. The Dreg Heap of the Ringed City.
Oh, your head's square on your shoulders, is it? What is it you want from this old stone-armed hag? I've nothing for you, not a smithereen. I just like to stand here and take in the view. Keep your marbles intact, love. At least until I lose mine.
It's very pleasant voice
I've
acting.
nothing for... Keep your... At least...
Well, maybe I'll have a reason to talk to you later. Take the plunge. Okay, so here we've got everything just covered in ash. Somewhat reminiscent of our experience in the Kiln of the First Flame long ago. That guy is causing some trouble down there, isn't he? I saw what you did. Okay. Oh. Huh. That's something. What the? And that's death. This area I've never been to before. I never played through the Ringed City DLC when I had the game, even though I had bought the season pass, because I knew I wanted all the DLC whenever it came out. I switched computers in between the release. I didn't like this before. In between the release of the Ashes of Ariandel and the release of the Ringed City, I switched computers. So I would have to play through a heck of a lot of the game again in order to get there. This actually has a permanent phantom showing up. I think that for story reasons, I'm actually really supposed to finish Ashes of Ariandel before I go through this stuff. So I'm going to go back to Ariandel, poke around a bit. And I think I actually need to kill that one guy who's a very tough PvP fight. So that's what I'll be working on for a bit. I haven't gone to the right bonfire for that, but I came over here anyway.
Before should this world, even then would Arian leave us be. Sweeple thought of us. Leave us.
Okay. I wanted to see if she had any new dialogue or anything like that, but I don't think I've done anything that would necessarily trigger a change. I mean, all I've done is kill the Nameless King. who doesn't really have a story tie-in with other things. He's just an optional boss minding his own business. He is, I believe, part of Hawkwood's story, but I don't know what part I've missed in the Hawkwood quest chain. I'd have to like go back and check. So there's definitely some other stuff around here that I haven't like grabbed. I could certainly explore this area a bit more, but none of the loot I'm missing is terribly important for an SL1 run. I have been avoiding this guy, and I want to see if I can just... Okay, no. I wanted to see if I could just rush him down, if that would be viable. Not quite with this weapon. The stamina cost is a little high. I'm going to change out to the raw Astora straight sword and see how I fare. Oh, and I can remove the dark clutch ring. Let's not take way, way, way more damage. If we're not using this, then I don't need the hunter's ring at all. I don't have a stone plate ring. I don't know where I might have missed it. It's probably around somewhere. So we'll do this. I'm going to change this out for the priestess ring. And if it is the raw version of the weapon, there's no reason for me to use the knight's ring. So, what should this be? We don't have any meaningful absorptions. We can just go back to the Lloyd's shield ring, I suppose. You could use Chloranthe. It's not a terrible idea. Yeah, I guess I'll just use this configuration for now. I don't think there's that much difference to it in terms of how we're handling this next fight. This next, like, fight is really just tough. That's all there is to it. Okay, so a few of those dodges were unnecessary. That being said, the damage difference here is actually really, really huge. I'm going to go back to the Dragon Slayer Crescent Axe. Let's put some more faith in the Dragon Slayer Crescent Axe. Also, I don't have Lightning Clutch. I might be able to find the Lightning Clutch ring somewhere and have a better go at this. I'm going to remove the Lloyd Shield ring for the Hunter's ring, so I can go back to the Dragon Slayer Axe. The Dragon Slayer Axe basically is... It's about the highest equip requirements weapon that I would usually bother to wield in SL1. You can technically use even like the Claymore in the Dark Souls 3 SL1 run. Okay, I actually got under that attack. There we go. I got under that attack by, like, happening to circle to a lower elevation. Alright, this guy is an utter pain. Let's see how he likes a lot of lightning damage. Half the time, I just fail to hit this guy, and then he ruins my day.
Man must be called. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the
We actually stagger him with this, so that's better.
I trust you learned your lesson.
But he can one-shot us.
Inside the cold, curiosity could be
I think he triggered a counter hit there with the way I swung in. Right, he's doing a big component of dark damage, and I think the Maiden set is not super effective about that. That being said, we're not going to get a terribly different setup on this fight. Actually, no, we have very good dark resistance. Okay, I think this weapon set, though, gives us a much better chance than what we were doing the last time we were trying to fight him, which was using the raw Astora straight sword. Nice. Maybe I'm figuring out how to do better against those guys. Sharp Gem is actually intriguing. There's an option to wield like a Sharp Flamberge and make that like a high dex build.
Time and time again.
Oh right, I forgot to put a thing on my weapon.
Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the act that you bring upon yourself. I trust you.
He did 2 attacks. I tried to attack out of my roll, which gave him a counter hit. If he gets a counter hit, I'll die. Yeah, I think I need to go for preemptives that will stagger him, but if he chooses a heavy poise attack, I don't know if I can get the stagger or not. This particular one-on-one is kind of a mess. It's just the way it's going to be. Ha! You tall punk.
I've seen your kind. Time and time again.
There might also be a possibility to do like a leaping attack off this at him.
Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed. I trust
Didn't work.
your lesson.
You can't trigger the falling attack as freely in Dark Souls 3 as you can in Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 2, that would be a viable plunging attack. Dark Souls 3 doesn't like that. I think it's because I think your opportunity to input a plunging attack does not begin until after your leap animation is like completely ended or something like that. How much leeway do I have on the lightning stiff? Okay, I've got more than 50 of them stockpiled. It's exactly how a late game Dark Souls SL1 inventory should look. I'm getting better at handling this guy, which is nice. Alright, sorry buddy, you completely got in the way. He's not dead. Okay, so we can't do a plunge attack, cheese.
Time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be known. Such is my trust.
Okay, that buff might be giving him more poise. I wanted to punish him for using the buff, but I think the buff might be giving him more poise, which is going to make that really, really not a thing I can do. Yeah. This guy has a very like solid AI as well. I can't like cheese around into a backstab on him. He just does so much damage too. Oh. That got me. Yeah, the positioning was a bit awkward on that. Oh, you know what? I need to check on this. I think it was either today or tomorrow that League of Legends Arcane was coming out. That is probably how I will spend my afternoon if that's out now. I got some nice chicken thighs to cook up on the stove. Some rice with that. I was thinking I might take another stab at cooking fondant potatoes. No, don't lock onto him. He's unimportant. He's a goon. There we go. I forgot that was one of the loose aspects of the difficulty of this particular enemy, is that sometimes when you try to fight him, you accidentally lock onto a goon and get wrecked. Oh, I think I almost made it onto that rooftop. I think that might be doable from a certain angle. This is like probably a clunky skip if it's possible. Nah, I think the angle I have to go at is always going to roll me off the rooftop. because I think I can only manage to like get the very last shingle. Oh well, I can land on that, I guess. Oh right, and with this I can just go in here. Kill these. Not very important, but it's one more thing that I have. Alright. Let's get back to this. There is stuff around here that I could, like, try to collect, but, there are not really important items in Ariandel for our build. There are some cool things if you're, like, playing a Dex build or a caster.
Must be told. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed
Okay,
seeker of
so I have to
truth.
give him some space when he's
But
doing
in
this.
the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring.
Especially if he's got two hands on his weapon.
I trust you've learned your lesson.
His buff is just super killer.
Self-painting curiosity could
Once he
reveal
throws,
flaws.
once he puts that on, it's really, really difficult to deal with this. I don't know if I can reasonably... I don't know if I can pressure him out of using the buff. Because he still hits hard enough to two-shot me without the buff. And if I take a hit before he's applied the buff, I'm probably going to die. Because a lot of the time, the opportunity to get out of his hit stun is just too slim and you're not going to make it. Yeah, he got me. When you have your eyes on the character, you can dodge the quill throw with, like, not too much issue. But yeah, most of the cool stuff you can find in Ariandel is you can find dex weapons like the crow quill, some rapiers. I think there's a cool whip somewhere around here. And there are some spells that do, like, frost and cold, which are pretty unique. Thank you for attacking into the wild blue yonder, 'cause that was aimed at nothing in particular.
I've seen your kind. Time and time again. Every human man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. I trust you learn.
Oh, that is an attack! I thought that didn't have a hitbox. And he's got a heal. He's also got a heal. I think that's a heal. It might be a buff. I actually thought his, like, sword swipe where he turned on the darkness, so to speak. I didn't think there was a hitbox on that, so that's... I learned something. I didn't want to learn that. Oh, you know what else it is? I'm not using Lloyd's Shield Ring. I think Lloyd's Shield Ring might prevent a one-shot for certain parts of this fight, so let me try that. Ah, that got a little awkward. As I took the hit, and I didn't have a healing opportunity, and the stamina management is enough that I can't just rush him down. I do have to take a break between my hit strings to kill this enemy. I like that description. It's poison can be exasperating, so make sure you carry some moss clumps. I'm like, I think that's kind of echoing the fact that Blighttown is everybody's least favorite zone in Dark Souls 1. Aww. I thought I could finish him off with just a basic R1 string. Not quite. Okay, now I am feeling the hunger a bit. I'll probably close out the stream at the 4-hour mark, which is like 45 minutes from now. As is, as long as 3 people are tuned in, I really want to keep the stream going, and currently, that's where the viewership is sitting. In order to get affiliate status, I have to hit an average of 3 viewers over the course of like a month worth of streaming. So the quirky thing about this is, if I'm ever watching the stream, if I'm ever running the stream, and there's fewer than 3 people, it's like bringing down my average, which I think is kind of lame. Because sometimes I want to stream something for posterity or to have it recorded, and it's like not a great time for streaming. And it's annoying that that's disincentivized, but whatever. It's not going to change my behavior. Oh, he already threw out the buff, like all the way back there.
Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth.
Okay, we do stop the one-shot so long as we're using the shield ring. So that's good. But if we're not able to get him to hit stun, we're going to have a hard time getting in nice hit strings. I have beaten this on SL1 before. I did beat this guy way back in the day. So, I just got to do better. Yeah, the last time I was trying to do Dark Souls 3 SL1, I had taken a lot longer than this to get as far as I have. Ran out of stamina. That was dicey. I had taken a lot longer than this, because this is probably like 20 hours into the run. A little more than. But at that time, I had not beaten the Twin Princes or the Nameless King. Those are both brand new defeats. But I had made it to Freed over here. And I gotten like 1 extra bonfire in this DLC. Okay, like,
Every secret
whatever.
Must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. I trust
Panic rolls.
Inside the cold, Pentane curiosity could be your cross.
Yeah, get used to his dialogue. He's gonna say the same stuff every time, a lot. That tooltip, Atonement, that's a pretty cool spell. That's really intended for when you're like coming in as a summoned ally. You can use that spell to pull aggro from the monsters to like help people out. Okay. Yep. He wanted to hang out up there. I was like spending so much time like, please, dude, just sit still so that I can recover my stamina and like hit you a couple of times. He refused. And then he just got completely weird. But even then, while he was up there, he was throwing knives at me, so I couldn't like hang back and recover stamina. I could have hit him with heavy attacks, because the axe heavy is like, it's the same way the battle axe works in Dark Souls 2. It was my preferred weapon to like finish out that SL1 run. Nice. He whiffed. Okay, here we go.
I've seen your kind, time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth.
I can punish that attack.
But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring upon yourself.
That attack does autocorrect like fiercely. Like that. Books got me.
You've learned your lesson. Inside the cold, Pentane curiosity could be your
Yeah, that attack will 100% autocorrect, and grapples are just kind of like that. It's the same way if you're a player and you're using that effect. The player mechanics are like identical in this case. You can be a player and use his build. He has a lot of stats, but if you're a player over SL100, you can have those stats. And that's kind of actually the content we're dealing with right now. For Ringed City especially, Ringed City is expected to be SL 100 or more content. I think this area is like SL 60 or 80 is kind of the expectation. That's maybe being a bit generous. Because you can be SL 60 around Pontiff without like a lot of weirdness.
Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed.
Too early. Ah, man. I was anticipating that he would do an attack and I would try to roll through and punish after. Since he's a person, you have to proactively roll as a read on him going into an animation to get an opening. You can't roll as a reaction on the attack. If you roll as a reaction on his attack, you will not have time to punish, because he'll recover first. Your basic goal here is to roll before he... roll on the very beginning of the startup of his attack. And even that's only workable because he's using a greatsword. Okay. Yeah, he kind of, I think that enemy might have some poise on that thrusting attack. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to Arcane coming out of League of Legends. I don't, like, necessarily enjoy playing League of Legends at this point. I almost certainly don't. I enjoyed Legends of Runeterra, the card game they put out, a lot. It had a lot of polish, tons of fun. He did the same poise attack again, so I can't take a third attack string on him, I guess. Because if he does that attack, I'll die. But I really appreciate what their creative team has been doing in terms of like their world design, their animations, and their storytelling has gotten really good. They were actually putting out like a single-player adventure as well. I don't know when that's getting released, but I'm very intrigued by it. I should have dodged that. Because it gives their characters a lot more space to breathe and be more defined. And they have settled their characters into like regions in a very satisfying way. So there's more interplay between their characters and how they interact than you get in other MOBAs. I mean, like, Dota never had a whole lot of story going on behind its characters necessarily, because all of them were, like, not quite the Warcraft 3 characters. I mean, in the original Dota, they were just Warcraft 3 characters, and it didn't matter. And in Dota 2, now they're, like, not quite Warcraft 3 characters. I haven't looked into Dota 2, I have no idea. Heroes of the Storm is, of course, actually using the Blizzard IP to do stuff. But they stopped spending money on it at around the time they were thinking, like, let's maybe have some lore. No, it didn't happen. That is a miracle that didn't hit me. I should have died for that. No. Got him! Okay. Yeah, we just needed him to go through some kind of lucky behaviors. And the best thing about that boss fight, or about that fight, he's like a sub-boss. The best thing about that fight is I knocked him out of establishing his buff. With like a really lucky timed hit. Okay. Wonk. I wonder if you can kill yourself by standing at in the wrong place with that. Yeah, he's unskippable. He does so much damage. He might as well just be a boss. And up here, the person he was defending.
I believe. I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou'rt the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke. The one to show me flame.
The painter.
'Tis good. When this is done, may I return. The door is open thanks to thee. 'Tis good. I'll head off to paint. I promised Uncle Gale I would. 'Tis good. The door...
Gale's role in all this is not something I well understand at this point. I'm like overdue to watch a couple Vati videos and like get the lore unpacked for me, because actually unpacking the lore personally yourself is like a madman's endeavor. Okay, so we've got a shortcut thing back there. This doesn't open from this side, but I can see a bonfire on the other side. If I fall down here and get at... Okay, so I walk 3 steps. Why is there a door here? Why does that exist? No idea. Okay, here we have some more of these guys. These guys hanging out. Looks like I can get on the rooftop there. Might be relevant. So I'm thinking if there's an elevator, probably takes me back down from the top of this structure. So that would mean getting to the top of this bridge, right? I have been through this area like once before in the distant past. Okay, looks like I need to go across that log to go across that bridge. Or there's a split, maybe. Wake up, time to die. Soon for me, too. Just gotta keep our camera flexible, keep an eye on the dozens of angry Vikings. Get a little impaled. Okay, something about their patrol distance is a little weird, because it looks like most of them have lost interest at this point. Okay. Let's see. Where am I trying to get to? I mean, presumably I'm trying to get past these guys. I'm glad that worked out. I wasn't sure if I was going to get the guard break with that hit. Okay, so now we're at the point of getting Titanite chunks here. That's cool. Those are valuable. We have a giant bell. Steadily depopulating this area. Soon enough, it'll be actually easier to explore. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to get to that. I think that might be over this way. There are a lot of Vikings just kind of standing around here. Okay. Here we go. Now we can find out what's over here. We've got a lever that we don't need to pull. And this is the elevator. Okay. We've opened a shortcut to get back up here, which allows us to kill fewer Vikings. Cool. This area up here, I'm not actually sure if I have ever explored, because I think now that the painter's been spoken to, we have the leeway to go back and trigger the Freed fight, I think. So it's unclear to me whether or not I've ever actually been back up this way. There's a distinct possibility that I have not. Then again, this is just kind of a nondescript area full of Vikings. So maybe I've been up here and just didn't commit it to memory. Because it's just kind of full of a lot of goons. Okay, no, I vaguely remember this, because this is one of those fall-away ice platforms, and then there are like some bigger dudes down there. Yeah, that's right. I've been back through here, but there's an exhausting number of guys. I picked the wrong route like once, and then got tired of it. One-shotted! Okay. I think actually the purpose of that bonfire and the route there is I think this is an alternate way of getting to the area where I was. So if I approached it, I think actually going back up through there is an alternate way from the first area. If you get past the wolves, I think you can get over here. But this door, no, because this door opened from this side, which would allow me to talk to the painter without fighting that guy. So that's not the way it works. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a whole lot of stuff up there. There might be an important item for somebody. It's not an important item for me. I think that my progression point is through Untitled Chapel. I return here, and the painter's back, and I talk to some people, and a door opens. Right? Hey, how do you feel about me killing your attendant? Okay. No opinion, I see. Can I climb up here? And do we have a change with that? Okay, no, the painter has not yet relocated. So I believe that door opens when I trigger the boss fight. And all I can loosely remember about that is that there's a spot where I have to like turn a crank, and it's like underneath some stuff. It's like rotten, there's a ton of flies, and there's a crank that I have to turn that does something. It's been a long time. Okay, so let me take the elevator back up, because this should be a proper shortcut to where I actually need to get. Wherever that happens to be, this is a proper shortcut to it. Okay, so there's across that bridge is a thing, and I think I could theoretically also fall down, but I have no understanding of why I would want to do that. So I'm guessing I probably need to drop at that spot with the like snowfall, or with the extra snowdrift. I'm gonna try to minimize the number of extra random Vikings I have to fight. So yeah, I think basically over here-ish. And now we have bigger, burlier Vikings, one of which just fell on and killed me. Super cool. Yeah, in this section there's like 3 or 4 of them that come around. This was one of the segments that, because the last time I was coming through here, I was also blindly going through this on SL1. I had never done Ariandel before, and I came to Ariandel as an SL1 character. And this segment I found maddening, and I thought to myself, I should just do something, level up a character, and then come through here. Because figuring this out blind was a pain in the neck. I've gotten a bit better at doing that kind of thing. Like, I've gotten better at blindly running locations. But, like, only so much. Oh, there are two guys here. You're on my list now. No, this is, that stuff, dealing with all these random Vikings to explore this little segment is a waste of time now that I've gotten the shortcut back. I think the last time I was doing this, I didn't orient myself around the, I didn't orient myself around this elevator shortcut. So I was kind of going through the whole area in one run, and that was maddening. With this, I can basically skip to the area with the big Vikings. So I think what I did on this, for this before, I'm getting tongue-tied and hungry. I think what I did before is I just kind of did a mad dash, and on like the second mad dash, I happened to make it. I took this snowdrift down. Figured that was probably a standard like 3-hit sequence. So you come over here. Okay, that leads back to that. So we're not taking that area. I feel like I have a goal of hitting this tree. Cool. That's another shortcut that I did not find before regarding that tree. So, okay. So I'm not trying to get down there. So now I can get back here easily. So that means I'm probably trying to go this way, right? Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We got a shortcut up. So I might be trying to go up that ramp. Where does that ramp lead? That ramp probably leads to the spot with the big Vikings. Maybe I'm trying to get past one of the big Vikings and then go some direction after that. Let me see. So I think I still have to take the elevator up because I need to get to the rooftop area roughly so that I can take that tree back across. And I did not find that tree last time I was doing this. So I'm going to send that back down this time. Okay, so now I've got this tree. Okay, so if I come up here, where does this put me? There's a guy there. Try projectile. Oh, you don't say. Is it possible I can projectile down that tree, or are you just saying I should be a wuss and like projectile my way through the enemies? So if this is the next spot I'm trying to get to, it looks like there's a cave there and there's some ledge stuff. The ledge stuff looks like it goes higher up. I can't lock onto that. If there's a projectile that matters, given this area, it would have to be a fire-based one. So, can I, like, firebomb this? Maybe? It looks like this is not catching. Okay, no. I mean, the other one I had to interact with by hitting A, so I didn't think that was going to be the way I dealt with that. Okay, so... is there like a cave entrance down there? I didn't think I saw one when I was down there before. It might be saying use projectiles because of this guy, but I can just fall on him, right? Okay, I barely managed to kill him after a plunging attack. And I pretty much got him because I was lucky enough for him to be off trajectory. So there's the root-based area from before, and that's one of the big things you get to with that. Actually, is that the root-based area before, or is that the root-based area slightly further from now? That might be where I'm headed. Let's find out. Okay, this is the kind of area where an alluring skull might buy me a lot of time to explore. I see. There's a passage behind this guy. How much do you like just standing still in that, blocking this passage? Okay, looks like he can be convinced. Oh, no, this is just for an item. It's probably a very cool axe. He seemed to be doing a special, like, ranged attack with it. Yeah, I mean, you can probably get access to that attack using that axe, but I'm guessing it has an astronomically high strength requirement. Kinds of things the likes of which we, an SL1 character, don't get to use. Yeah, part of me was hoping when it said, like, use ranged attack, that it would be like some of the things in Shulva, where there's a switch you can just, like, throw a knife at to activate. So if that's not the case, are we trying to go, like, through here? No, because that's just the same snowdrift as before. Okay, let's assume we have to go through the wolves, because it's different. Get out of my way. I am just barely not one-shotting these wolves with this weapon setup. That's noteworthy. Okay, you get a follower torch. I'm pretty sure the follower torch lets you do that fire-breathing arc attack. It's kind of cool. Alright. We're not lucky enough to find an illusory bit of mountainside. But yeah, like, there's unique pyromancies and a couple unique weapons like the follower torch. But largely, they're not the kinds of things we can equip in SL1. So, fighting through a dozen wolves, I actually do vaguely remember. So I believe this is more along the right track. Uh-oh. He's got red eyes. I just want to get this first. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get through him. Okay, so I think I've got a direction over there where I fight through some wolves, and I probably just run past this dude. And I've got some other, like, platforming and junk to do. But I am pretty dang hungry, so we're going to call this here. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely made solid progress. We only took down, like, one boss for now, and then, like, an extra half a guy, because I think that PvP encounter down at the bottom floor of this building is like half a boss, almost. So next time I sit down, I'll be progressing in Ariandel, possibly taking out the Soul of Cinder. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I may or may not be online later tonight. I might just be taking it easy. Same for tomorrow. So we'll see what is in store. Thank you very much. This has been Jupiter Exile. Until next we wander, have a good afternoon and a good weekend.